All right, chat, we have something to discuss here. So I did something kind of crazy. Let's get the ship first. Let's get the ship first. I mean, I sent off a bit. Oh, the entire shipment? 39% risk and I lost the entire shipment? Oh, I sent like a 4 million shipment, man. This is why you don't do that, bro. You just send the smallest amount of stuff like this. This is why you do exactly this. I'm gonna send some bars too because I have so many bars. I need some gear anyway so I can disenchant it. Anyway, we have to get to something very, very important. I'm gonna show you something crazy here. You ready? What is this? What is this right here? Are you looking? Look at your screen right here. What does that say? This is a quad anoint. So it was a strangle grasp. Quad anoint, corrupted, regular onyx amulet. Not a rare, not a magic, not a unique. This is a common onyx amulet. So what I did yesterday was I went like this. I had a strangle grasp, right? So what I did was I took a Vol Orb like this, okay? I went like this and I put it on the strangle grasp, just like that, okay? And it turned it into a rare item, which is exactly what you want. That's a beautiful. That's a beautiful moment. I wish I was recording this because I wasn't, man. But I wish I was. I decided to feel a little frisky. I go a little crazy. So I corrupted my amulet and it turned rare, which is exactly what you want. However, it rolled with 5 stats. So when you corrupt an item, and it is called a brick. Normally it's called a brick when you turn any item into a rare item but's corrupted. Because when it turns into a rare, it gets random stats. So if you're going to corrupt a rare item that you already have, if you corrupt it and it turns into a different rare item, chances are those stats are going to be completely useless for you, and you brick your item, right? And you're only going to be corrupting items that are good in the first place. So you're probably 99.999% chance when you corrupt an item and it turns rare, it's a brick, right? Because if it's a unique item that you're corrupting and it turns rare, that's bad. The exception is something like Strangle Grasp. Because Strangle Grasp doesn't have any stats. All it says is has 3 extra anoints. But you can allocate 4 passives on the skill tree, which is extremely powerful. Absurdly powerful. Now, with the Strangle Grasp, the brick is actually the best case scenario because it's an amulet with no stats, right? And it keeps, as you can see clearly, it keeps whatever you had anointed on the amulet when it bricks. So it's only a net positive if you brick a Strangle Grasp, which I did. And that's only a 33% chance. There's only a because 3 things can happen. I guess technically 4 things. If the item has sockets and links, it can also change the sockets and links around. So that is one of the options. So I guess there's technically 4 things. But with amulets, there's no sockets or links, so there's only 3 things. So the first thing is nothing. Absolutely nothing happens. You corrupt it and it just becomes corrupted. Now you can't modify it any further. It's done, right? Well, I guess you can use like tainted oils and stuff to still allocate passes, but whatever. So that's the first one. I didn't do that. Number 2, you brick the item, which is what happened, which turns it into a rare item with random stats. That is what happened to me. Very lucky. And then the third and final thing for an amulet would be change the implicit. So it would change the plus 19 to all attributes. It would change that to like determination aura effect, anger aura effect, something like that. So I turned it into a rare item, which is fantastic. However, the rare item that I had 5 stats total, and only one of those stats was useful. It was plus 44 to strength, which is not even that amazing. I have 358 strength on the character, right? So plus 44 is like, it's something, right? It's not the end of the world, but it's not great either. So what I did is I bought something called a Tainted Exalted Orb. And by A, I mean 5 Tainted Exalted Orbs. Now, what this says is unpredictably adds or removes a modifier on a corrupted rare item. I bought 5 Tainted Exalted Orbs because I had 5 modifiers. And I used 1, 2, 3, 4, all 5 Tainted Exalted Orbs on the amulet, turning it into a regular Onyx amulet with no stats. The problem is I cannot further modify this because it removed every single stat on the item. So it's no longer a rare item. It is a common item. And if you look at all of the tainted currency, what does it say? Every single piece of the tainted currency says, reforges a corrupted rare. Unpredictably adds or removes a modifier on a corrupted rare. Lower and raise a tier on a corrupted rare. This is not a corrupted rare item. This is a corrupted common item. So I can't do it anymore. I can't add any stats. So the only option that I have is sitting right here in my inventory. And it's called the Tainted Mythic Orb, which says you either upgrade a corrupted item, any corrupted item, into a unique rarity item, or you destroy it. Or it's just gone forever. Hey, it's out of here. Hey, peace out, amulet. You're gone. Those are the only 2 options. It is a literal 50-50 50. Now, the cool thing about the Tainted Mythic Orb is that when it says it upgrades it into unique rarity, it can only upgrade it into the unique item of the same base type. So, Tainted Mythic Orbs can only create drop anywhere uniques and will not create drop restricted uniques, meaning there are other Onyx amulets in the game, but they only drop from bosses, such as Ashes of the Stars from the Eater of Worlds and like the Yoke of Suffering from the Fortress T17 boss. Those are not drop anywhere. You have to exclusively get them from farming the boss. So I can't upgrade it into that. So now, if we search Onyx Amulet PoE, there are only 5 unique Onyx amulets that are drop anywhere. The Astromantis, which gives you a butt ton of stats, that'd be honestly not bad, right? If we get that. Carnage Heart, which gives you all attributes, all resistances, leech, and damage while leeching. That would be pretty dang good, honestly. Eye of Chayula. Now this one, if you read that first line, not the best item for me to get. 20% reduced maximum life. That's not something I want on a life-based character. This would be extremely bad. Hinakora's Sight would actually be very good as well, plus 3% spell suppress. Or sorry, prevent plus 3%. I'm already preventing 53, so now I'm preventing 56, which is very powerful. Evasion rating is armor for me because I have iron reflexes. Cannot be blinded. Accuracy, those don't do anything. So this would be pretty decent, actually. And then Replica Dragonfang's Flight. This one is interesting, but it would be...
Hello, Earthling streamer. It is I, Optimus Prime, here to say...
So, there are 4 out of 5 amulets that are good for us. However, it's a 50-50 to even get an amulet in the first place. It's a literal 50-50. We either get a unique amulet or we delete the item. Which, if I delete this item, this character is pretty much dead until I farm up some currency, because the Strangle Grasp is currently 48 oh, those are corrupted. 68 Divine Orbs. 68 Divines. That is more expensive than a Progenesis. So, we have I think it's a 40% chance for this Tainted Mythic Orb to go in my way, right? Because we have a 50-50, which is a 1 and 2, and then we have a 4 and 5. So it'd be a 4 over 10, so a 40%. Yeah, so we have a 40% chance. 40%! Now, that's not bad. That's not bad. Again, here are the choices we have. Astromantis, good. Carnage Heart, good. Eye of Chayula, very bad, very bad, very bad. 20% reduced maximum life. It's bricked. We're done. Hinakora's Sight, very good. Replica Dragonfang's pretty good. So I would say these 3 amulets are actually very good. Replica Dragonfang's is okay, but it's a 50-50 whether or not I delete my item. Because this is essentially still a Strangle Grasp. For all intents and purposes, this is a 68 Divine item right here. You're looking at it. Like, I don't need to do this. I don't need to do this at all. Again, the only reason I'm doing this is because it's a common item. Like, how did this even happen? I had 5 stats. I successfully bricked my Strangle Grasp. It rolled with 5 stats. I used 5 Tainted Exalted Orbs. It just removed every single stat. So now I have no stats. All right, I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. What happened? What happened? What happened? Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? I'm going to clip it. I'm clipping it. What happened? Is it good? Is it good? No! Dude! No! Oh, why? Dude, how did it roll an Eye of Chayula? It's a freaking 80% chance to not get that. Not even 80%? It is 80%. What are you talking about? They're not weighted, are they? Oh, dude, they might be weighted. You're right. Wait, Eye of Chayula's rare. Like, think about this. How many times do you see a Hinakora's Sight versus an Eye of Chayula? Like, think about that for a second. Dude, all right, let's see here. Onyx Amulet. What was my odd here? Amulet. Onyx Amulet. Don't tell me. 5%. 33%! 33%! So you're saying it wasn't even a 50-50? Because these weightings don't add up to 100%. Okay, so it is a 50% for amulets. It says it right there, guys. It says it right there. Look, it's right there. Yeah, common heart. Dude, Carnage Heart is literally the most common outcome by far. It's a tier 5 item. It had an equal chance to roll Hinakora's Sight and Replica Dragonfangs. All right, enough crying about it. Yeah, I can still use the character. Like, 20% reduced max life is not the end of the world because it says reduced, right? So all it does is something like this. Instead of this giving me this, essentially, these nodes give nothing. That's what you can think about it. These nodes now just give me 20 flat life and 10 strength, right? That's essentially what this does. It's reduced. This is increased and the amulet is reduced. So I basically lost these life nodes right here. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Now let's go over to the 3k DPS build. 3k DPS. That's a lot of damage, man. That's a lot of damage. 3k DPS sword build. One thing I do notice on the